Police in Trinidad and Tobago discover a modern-day slavery facility at a church. And in sports, a teenaged Barbadian cricketer signs a one-year rookie deal with English County Surrey. I'm Ricardo Roberts, and this is Caribbean in 10 for Wednesday, October 9th. I'll be back with the details after the break.
Let's talk Tobago. As we commemorate our 43rd anniversary as a republic, we have highlights of the Tobago celebrations, starting with the Republic Day Parade.
Sure, Michael? I mean, look, I think that for a lot of millennials, I don't think they differentiate between temporary gain and a long-term gain. And I think when I speak to younger people, the first question that I typically will ask is, what are you laboring in? So if you're going through this whole hookup phase, as you mentioned, or you're planning for a long-term marriage,
authorities have cracked what Police Commissioner Gary Griffith said was one of the biggest situations related to human trafficking in the country, as 6 people, including a pastor, were arrested at a church that was supposed to also have been a rehabilitation center. Now, during a sting operation early this morning, law enforcement officials were able to rescue 69 citizens from the church in Aruca. The people who had been held captive ranged in ages from 20 to 60.
Well, they have been in prison, they've been in cages. Some of them have stated that they've been here for a few years. I have contacted the Minister of National Security, the Minister of Health. This is a much bigger picture. And we'll have to investigate each and every situation. 3 people have been held at this time, one being a pastor, who's being questioned. This is on Eastern Main Road in Aruca. And what we've seen is that this relates to virtual slavery, where persons have been in cages. We have reports from some of them that they have been tortured. It is a much bigger picture where there's profit made out of this. Where it involves family members deliberately sending their loved ones here and then trying to extract the profits from the family. I have liaised as well with the FIB, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. We have also pulled in the Victim and Witness Support Unit, as well as the Counter-Trafficking Unit. We will not be able to say much more this time.
In other news, now less than 48 hours after he announced Montserratians would go to the polls on November 18th, Premier Donaldson Romeo has been replaced as the leader of the incumbent People's Democratic Movement, the PDM. He said this morning that his Communications, Works, Energy and Labour Minister Paul Lewis would now lead the party. This followed an election yesterday to review the PDM's leadership position, and Romeo said he will respect the outcome of that vote. He formed the PDM prior to the last general election back in 2014. Last October, he survived a move by disgruntled opposition legislators to bring down his administration. Romeo says he will continue to perform his constitutional duties as Premier, and he thanked the people of Montserrat for their support, prayers, and encouragement over the past 5 years. The Grenada government says negotiations with the Joint Negotiating Union team for salary increases for public servants have stalled and are deadlocked. Reporting on the 3rd round of negotiations held yesterday, Trade, Industry, Cooperatives and CARICOM Affairs Minister Oliver Joseph said the demand for a 25% salary hike is highly unrealistic and far exceeds any increases locally or in the region, including lucrative businesses in banking and other areas of the private sector with which unions have signed. More in this GBN News report.
The unions, according to a media release from government, are insisting on a near 25% increase in pay without providing a shred of written justification for their demands. Economic Development Minister Oliver Joseph is heading the government's negotiating team.
The meeting lasted for approximately 2 hours. However, there was no movement on the part of the union to the demand for $90.5 million over a 3-year period for the workers, which accounted to 25%, the request of 25% for 3 years at $90.5 million. The government offered $26.5 million. The negotiations was declared deadlock since there was no movement from the original position of the union. The next stage is that of the Labor Commissioner. The matter will be referred to the Labor Commissioner for mediation.
The demands, according to government, will increase its expenditure on salaries by more than $90 million over the next 3-year contract cycle.
And stay with us, your Midday Sport is next. Promising teenage Barbadian all-rounder Nico Reefer has penned a 1-year rookie deal with English County Surrey for the upcoming 2020 campaign. The 18-year-old, who has attended Whitgift School in South Croydon for the past 4 years, has already made 10 second 11 appearances for Surrey across all formats since his debut 2 years ago, and the county's director of cricket, Alex Stewart, said he expected the player to continue to develop. In preparation for the season, Reefer will travel down under, where he will represent Midland Guildford in grade cricket. Reefer was part of the West Indies under-15 squad, which toured England in 2015, emerging as his side's most valuable player. He subsequently led the side on the 2016 tour of England. The right-handed batsman, who bowls medium pace, Reefer also turned out for Barbados in the 2017 and 2018 CWI regional under-19 tournaments before missing out earlier this year because of injury. And Guyanese siblings shine in Alberta in a badminton tournament. HGP's Stanford Howard reports.
The weekend, the Guyanese badminton siblings performed exceptionally well. Nairani and Priyani Ramdani won the mixed doubles C flight, and Priyani won the women's singles and doubles B flight. This is an extremely great performance from them, especially as they are up against top competitors in the #1 ranking Pan Am country. Priyani Ramdani grabbed the flight B ladies single when she played against Carol Fu of Calgary Winter Club, 21-10, 21-11. She also took the flight C mixed double championship while making it to the flight A semifinals. Her brother Nairani Ramdani also copped the mixed doubles championship with his sister, but came up short in the men's singles semifinals, flight B, which he lost to Argol Uno of Sunridge Badminton Center, 23-20.
And that's Caribbean in 10. Join us again at 6:30 for Caribbean Newsline. Good afternoon.